I use Madera Irrigation surface water because I want to preserve my wells for times of drought, and then also the quality of water that we get from the district is a lot better than some of the water that we're pumping.
I grew up in an area where surface water is the only thing we used. No one had deep well water because we had such a good surface water supply, and so I guess it's kind of natural for me anyway to look to surface water first.
My family started farming here in 1941, and so it was all flood irrigation to start. We've converted to drip, but primarily we look for surface water to flood irrigate early in the season and always at the end of the season.
Well, it's like putting money in the bank. You're putting water back in the aquifer and giving yourself a chance to be able to use it again at a later date. And also the water is higher quality water. A lot of the groundwater in this area is beginning to lose its neutral pH basis, and using surface water, it's really pure, good water.
Depending on what crop and fields, either it's by flood or I'll pump into a filter station and use it through the drip system or micro sprinklers.
It's the cleanest water. It has no chemicals, good pH, so we love it. The plants love it. It pushes salts through the root zone. It's the best water.
The surface water that I use for Madera Irrigation goes through our drip system, as you can see behind me. We go right through our filter station, so we lift right out of our turnouts and go through our drip systems. Well, I think the ease of use, it takes a lot less horsepower to use the surface water for myself. And, again, going back to the quality, the water quality is a lot better.
We're going to have to use as much surface water as possible so that we preserve our groundwater. There's going to come a point where the water levels will get so deep that we won't be able to pump the water, or the state will come in and say that you can't pump the water.
It makes agriculture sustainable here in Madera County. If we continue to overdraft the aquifer, one of these days we won't have any water to draw on, and we don't have enough rain fall out of the sky to replace what we've been taking out. So we need to have a secondary source of water to maintain sustainability in Madera.
It's going to be the savior of our groundwater basin, and as a family we're looking toward the long term. I'm a fourth generation California farmer, and my nephews will be fifth generation, so we're hoping to be farming for generations here.
Surface water benefits our bottom line by helping us not have to put on amendments at the end of the year. We're putting on a lot cleaner water than the water that we're pumping. So at the end of the day, I can probably shave off some amendments at the end of the year, not having to put those on my property.
I use the surface water mostly for micro sprayer and drip irrigation systems, and so we filter it, we pump it, pressurize it. The cost of deep well pumping is of course, as we all know, is much greater than just the cost of energy to pump it from the underground. We've got drilling costs, developing costs, and pump and maintenance and more horsepower all the time when we go deeper and deeper. And the surface water, like I mentioned, it runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and so it's easy to just open the valves and let it flow, or turn a small pump on and get things going.
For now, what we should all do is, at least as a region, do all we can here locally to recharge our groundwater and make sure that it stays in this county.
I think it's kind of short-sighted to use pump water as opposed to surface water simply because of the cost. I think that having a viable aquifer and being able to recharge it it maintains the value of my investment over the long term.
I urge everybody to use surface water. I farm in a couple other water districts, some out on the west side. So the cost of water here in the district is still very inexpensive in my eyes. So I would urge everybody to use that. Preserve your wells. We have SGMA coming up, and I think it's going to be a very key thing that everybody does their share and uses as much of the irrigation surface water as available to them.